My name is Itamar, I'm from Netafim. I'm head of research and innovation at Netafim. And I also have friends here. So we have Shahar. Shahar is head of crops and sustainability, and Max is head of innovation and climate solutions. That's it. We are not ICL, we are just Netafim. So I'll talk a little bit about our challenge and a little bit about Netafim. So this is how Netafim started, actually. Back in the 50s, out in the desert, and it came out of necessity, and the necessity was to grow crops in the desert with no water. So the solution was drip irrigation, and this is how drip irrigation was invented. And so this is about 60 years ago, and today Netafim is a little bit bigger than that. So now we are the #1 irrigation company all over the world with more than 5,000 employees worldwide. We have 19, maybe 20. It's 20 now, no? 20 manufacturing plants and 2 recycling plants, which I will talk and mention after that. So we're quite a successful company in the irrigation arena. About 4 or 5 years ago, we were being acquired by Orbia, which is a Mexican corporate. We are a part of the other business groups of Orbia. Mostly of them is in the infrastructures and building. And our motto is grow more with less. And usually when we talked about more is, of course, more yield, and less, it was less water. But then it became less, I would say, less nutrients. And now we are talking about less interference with the soil and less impact of the crop on the environment. So this is the less that we are going to talk about in this session. So we have a lot of actions in this arena. First of all, carbon. We are trying to minimize the carbon emission from our fields, and in addition to increase the carbon sequestration in the soil. Water, of course, we save water. If we compare drip irrigation to other irrigation methods, we save water. And we are trying to increase the soil health and use regenerative ag solutions. And we do have a lot of collaborations with other companies like Fungit that's sitting here, that we are testing them and other companies. But we look to do more than that. And of course, we make plastics. And plastic stays in the field for long years, and we're looking for solutions how to use them again. I would not say get rid of them, but use them again. And we do that. So basically what we started to do is we started collecting the plastic from the farmers to our recycling plants, and then we make them new drip lines. So we aim that by 2030, almost half of the plastic that we use will be recycled. So it's good news for the environment. So let's talk about the challenge that we have. So one of the solutions that we have is SDI. SDI is subsurface drip irrigation. So it's a great solution because you don't see the drip, actually. And it's very efficient with water and nutrients, but not enough. So we are looking, similar to ICL, we're looking for efficient and optimization of water and nutrients, and to adopt minimum or no tillage, because first of all, we know that it's a must when we talk about subsurface drip irrigation. And second of all, we know that it's very important for soil health. So minimum and no-till practices. And by the way, this is an experiment that we have here in Israel with ICL, and you see the plots of cover crops and without cover crops, and like Kish said at the early beginning, this is the first year, and we are way down on the J curve, way down with the cover crop. So hopefully next year will be better. And we are looking on water sources and quality. So generally speaking, we always talk about using water for irrigation, but nowadays we are talking about using alternative sources of water like slurry from dairy farms, from pig farms, that we took the water, we do some treatment, and we inject them into the irrigation system and use them as water and nutrients as well. And cover crops. This is from the same experiment, but in the winter when we have the cover crop. So first of all, we want to enhance carbon sequestration and optimal cover crop and biodiversity. We have a lot to learn about how to manage this thing. And we want to do monitoring of soil biology activity and soil health. And today, I found that there is a tool for soil monitoring health. I saw that in a presentation today, and I adopted it. This is why I asked you, you need to change the presentation. And this is the tool. You can find it on the USDA website. This is a challenge that they posed. And they said if you want to know if your soil is healthy, put a pair of underwear and collect them after a year. If they look like that, you have a perfect healthy soil. If it looks like that, you need to do something about it. And they posed it as a challenge, and if you go to the website, you would see a lot of pictures like that. People are actually doing that, and it's crazy. So I would say that is pretty healthy, I would guess. I mean the underwear. Yeah. So another problem that we have with the SDI, when we discussed about the advantage of SDI, is fall detection and maintenance, clogging leaks, rodents control and the monitoring, and all sorts of animal damages. Because if we don't use, I would say, regenerative ag solutions, we'll need to use more deadly solutions. So we're looking for better solutions, and I know that from first, because this is me in the picture, and this is from the SDI experiment that we have a few years ago, and that was on a daily basis. So it's a lot of work. So we need a solution for that. Orchards, some cover crops type, biodiversity management. How do we manage this crop in the middle when the focus is on the sides? Do this solution, the cover crop, does it have a cooling effect? This is very interesting in the climate change that we have. Water and nutrient consumption, and of course soil health. And another thing that we just thought about is grazing. We're not dealing with grazing, but I think that we can find a very good solution for that. So here you can see moderate grazing, and this is overgrazing. And when we have overgrazing, usually what you have is soil erosion, lack of organic matter, and this is not a healthy soil. So now watch the animation I made. So let's assume this is a grazing soil with a lot of grass on it, and here's my cow, and they start to graze, and eventually, if you don't manage it, you're going to get overgrazed. Now, our solution is to take the entire area and divide it into a rotational grazing cell. When you manage each one of them and you move the cattle from area to area, while the other areas can be revived. And irrigated, and then go to the next cell and let the other one get grown again. So what we're looking for? We are looking for, first of all, technologies for soil mapping, slurry filtration and treatment, drip float and monitoring tools, sustainability solutions, soil health monitoring tools, not underwears, carbon monitoring tools, regenerative ag assessments, and reuse of plastics, of course. And when you're talking about solutions, is rodents monitoring and control, and grazing management cells. What we're looking for, companies that are well established with very, I would say, evaluated solution, but we're open for other ideas if somebody has, yeah, I finished. If somebody has a good idea,